Today, let us take up the control of insects in food storage gudowns through prophylactic and curative treatments. So, the prophylactic treatment means preventive. First, we will see preventive treatments. Preventive treatment means in the gudowns whether the insect is there in the stocks or not. Routinely, we have to take up certain measures or sprays which can prevent the insects. That's why it is called preventive methods. I can say one example: the child is born, whether the child is affected with the disease or not, the doctors are suggesting various medicines for controlling of certain diseases such as the polio vaccine in various polio drops in various doses, booster dose like that, and triple antigen, hepatitis B, etc. So like that in the godown also, whether the stocks are infested or not, that we should not bother about it. We should least bother about it, and routinely we have to undertake all those sprays. That's why it's called prophylactic. If the prophylactic treatment is not having any desired result, or after a period of treatment of prophylactic treatment, we are undertaking curative treatment. That is the fumigation, complete controlling of insects through fumigation. That is, the stock is subject to the poisonous gas. So these things we have to understand. So first, before undertaking this preventive treatment, I will tell what are the preventive treatments which we undertake. This is always called integrated pest management, IPM, integrated pest management. So not only by means of insecticides, but by other method also we control the insects. And we should understand another thing: whether we can eradicate the insects. It is highly impossible. That is, the zero level infestation, maintenance of zero level infestation always is a myth. It is highly impossible. But the thing is, we can control the insects to the maximum level extent possible. That is called the controlling of infestation. And what are the integrated pest management? What we do? That is one thing. First, without spray and other thing, we daily in gudowns we undertake general cleaning of the gudowns. What we do in general cleaning, we sweep the gudowns thoroughly, and then the spillages are cleaned properly, the insects are separated, and then that is drenched in the water or that is poured in the scorching sun, it will die. So that is general cleaning of the stocks. Second, the brushing of stocks also we are undertaking. Brushing of stocks means the once in 15 days we are thoroughly removing the dust and other things from the stocks, so that the chemical applied on it gets into the stocks. One thing. Another thing, while brushing we remove the insects usually lay eggs on the back surfaces, so that while brushing or while agitating with the help of brooms, the eggs are taken away from the stack, and when it is exposed to the natural conditions, the egg is killed. So from that the larva will not emerge. That is another thing. And third thing, we use light trap in the godowns. Through that we trap the insects by means of the heat and light. That is called light traps. By that also we control the insect. Light traps. How the light traps will be? The light traps is having a funnel-like structure which has the diameter of 1 feet or 33 centimeter, and then the inclined surface is there to the length of 1.5 feet or 49 centimeter. This is approximately 33 centimeter. This is 49 centimeter, 33 centimeter, and this one is 4 or 5 inches. The stem usually should be in funnel. You can see like this, but here funnel is parallel. The stem is parallel. It is 4 or 5 inches. The diameter is 4 inch, approximately 4 inch, or otherwise 12 centimeters, or otherwise 12 centimeter. So this is the funnel-like structure, and it should be fixed on a stand. And then the other thing, here in the center of the light trap, we fix a tube light called ultraviolet lamp, which emits 300 to 400 nanometer ultraviolet lamp. It is blue in color. It attracts the insects. So the inner lying thing in this light trap, one thing, it attracts the moth and other insects by the light intensity, and another thing by the heat intensity. Heat also it while blowing, it also gives out the heat energy. By the heat energy also, the insects are attracted. The insects are attracted to the light, and then it falls over the inclined surface. And in the stem, we are fixing a collecting bottle which may contain the water or water soaked with insecticide. So in that, the dead insects are collected. The insects are collected and subsequently it will die. This is called light traps. Fourth one is mud bunds. So when during December and January, moth activity will be more in godowns. So during that time, what we are having in the godowns, we will be having lot of larvae, that is Carcera cephalonica or Euphistia cartella. These larvae in rice, Carcera cephalonica will be there, and in rice, in wheat, Euphistia cartella, and rice, Carcera cephalonica. These are how moths we will have, and it will lay eggs, and it will subsequently be form larva. When in the godowns, in vital places or in strategic places, we form mud bunds, and in the center we pour water, and along with water we pour some acetic acid also, CH3COOH. So what happens in the godown, the larva is attracted towards the mud bund, which is drenched in condition, and it will fall on the water, and it will subsequently die. So this is because it is attracted towards the water, mud bunds. And another thing, when the moth is there, the moth is not distracted stage, larva is only distracted stage. But moth, if we are controlling the moth, means naturally the other stages will not come, the egg and the larva, pupa stages will not be there. So we have to control by placing of buckets with water here and there, buckets. In the godowns, we have to place the buckets with water here and there, and then the moth is attracted by the water, and it will fall on the water. When it falls on the water, it again cannot fly because the wings are drenched. So by this way, we are having integrated pest management. And another thing we have to say, in godowns, visually we are in godowns where the huge quantity is handled, we are using only insecticides such as malathion. Previously DDP we undertook, now it is banned, so we are not using that. Now another chemical is also used, that is called deltamethrin. The premethyl pass is suggested but not implemented so far, and it may come. It is in the offing or it may come. So these are all the chemicals which we are using in the godowns where we use huge quantity. But without these chemicals also we can control. That is, various things are suggested. One thing is nitrogen storage. In nitrogen storage, that is nitrogen gas N2. This is in sub-zero. It maintains sub-zero level in the godown. That is should be airtight, and it may kill all the insects. Insects will not come in the godowns. This is a costly affair, so we are not using this nitrogen storage. Second thing, carbon dioxide storage. This also we are not using. This is also a costly affair. And third thing is all ozone. Oxygen in nascent stage is otherwise called ozone, O3. That also we are not using because these are all costly affairs. So these things are ruled out. And if at all in small level, we can go for this neem leaves. Neem leaves we are putting in the very big bins, and nuchi leaves are also placed on the paddy like that. So that also kill the insects. These things are all in seed stage. If we are storing for seed purpose, then these things can be used. And in osmium, similar to osmium sanctum, in railway lines we can see some fragrant leaves that also can be used. The extract can be used, and these are all for seed purpose only. This neem oil and that osmium, similar to osmium sanctum leaves extract can be practiced. So this is another thing that we have to understand the things. Now we will go for preventive treatment. In preventive treatment, what we are using? One is called malathion. Malathion 100% easy. This malathion 50% easy. This we are using emulsion concentration, which means the emulsion concentration, EC denotes emulsion concentration. That is 50% is the chemical active ingredient, and the 50% is the emulsion concentration. That means to keep intact the chemical, we are adding some oily substance and other things which is not harming the food grains. That is the emulsion concentration. This is next thing is for this chemical the dilution ratio. Actually, this is the chemical is supplied in concentrated form. So this what we have to do. This has to be diluted with water. That is 1:100. That is called dilution ratio. That means if we want to prepare 100 liters of prepared solution, which we are spraying on the stock surface, or that has to be used. That is the concentration is 1:100. 1 liter malathion we have to pour it in a 100 liter container, and 100 liters water we can pour it and mix it. This is called 1:100 dilution ratio. Again, to repeat, 1 liter malathion we have to get it in a container, and 100 liters of water is to be poured. That should be mixed very, very well, and that is 1:100 dilution ratio. Then dosage, after preparing this dilution ratio, how much we have to take from that, and how much to be sprayed. That is how much quantity we have to take it for spray. The suggested dosage by the scientists is 3 liters prepared solution. 3 liters prepared solution for per 100 square meters or 100 m square. That is the ratio. That is the dosage. 3 liters prepared solution for every 100 square meter. Then the periodicity, when it should be sprayed. Periodicity, that is once in 15 days. This is once in 15 days. Periodical spray. So how to, now we require 3 liters prepared solution for 100. How much we have to add? That I will tell you in calculation. For 100 liters we require 1 liter. Suppose if you want only 1 liter prepared solution, how much? This has to be multiplied by 1000 to convert it as ml. Then this comes to 10 ml. So for 1 liter prepared solution, suppose to say a bucket is there. In the bucket, what we have to take? 1 liter water. This is 1 liter. 1 liter water. In that we have to pour a 10 ml of 10 ml malathion, and that is prepared solution. So for every 1 liter we have to add 10 ml of malathion. That is called prepared solution. As we prepare the squash, from the squash we are preparing juice in our houses. One spoon we are pouring, and one tumbler of water we are adding. Sugar is added. We are taking. That is the prepared solution. Like that, similarly, what we are doing here is the 1 liter, for preparing 1 liter prepared solution, we have to add 10 ml of malathion. Suppose if you require 3 liters, here 3 liters I told for 100 meter square, 100 square meter. So then 3 liters means 3 into 10 is equal to 30 ml. For preparing 3 liters prepared solution, take in a bucket 3 liters water, and then in this 30 ml to be poured. Then that is 3 liters prepared solution. Like that, 6 liters means 60 ml water you have to pour. This is called prepared solution. Then another thing. Now the important aspect we have to understand. This is sprayed over the tracks. That is called periodical spraying. That otherwise called surface treatment. Surface means on the track surface by the sprayer. Sprayer is a device which will atomize the spray, which will atomize the chemical, small droplets which will come from that. So we are using the sprayer gun. Now the surface we are spraying, so we have to find out the area of the surface. This is the stalk. Consider this as a stalk. This contains 1, 2, 3, the others 4, and top 5. This is the ground level. It is in ground level. So we have to find out the area of this stalk. Usually you know pretty well, one stalk size is, the length of a stalk is 9 meters, breadth is 6 meters, and height is approximately, I am telling, 48.8 meters. This may vary from godown to godown. As in some godowns it may be 5, it may be 5.5, it may be 4, like that. So here we have taken it is 4.8 meters. Height may vary according to the place and other thing. Where there is, in some places level problem is not there, they may go up to 30 height or 25, like that. In some places 22, 23, like that. So it may vary. Now we will find out the area. So to find out the area, 9 into height 4.8, 9 into 4.8 plus another 9 into 4.8. This is 6 into 4.8, another 6 into 4.8. The top 9 into 6. You have to add all these things. For this, another formula is there. The 2h into, for 5 sides, 2h into L plus B plus LB. This is the formula for this finding out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Totally we have to spray on 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top also we have to get it to the top, or otherwise from bottom itself the top should be sprayed. So totally 5 spray surfaces. 2 into 4.8 L 9 plus 6 plus 9 into 6. 2.48 9.6. This is 15 plus 9 into 6 54. So totally it will be coming to 200 square meters. 200 meters square. So it will be coming to 200 meters square. A stalk which is having 9 meters length, 6 meters breadth, and 4.8. The surface area is equal to, or otherwise 5 sides area. 5 sides area is coming to 200 meters square. Now we have found out 200 meters square. Now the surface area of stalk, surface area is equal to 200 meters square. So we already told you 3 liters prepared solution for 100 square meter. So for 100 square meter 3 liters prepared solution, for 200 how much it is? For 200 it comes to 6 liters prepared solution. We have already told you for each and every liter we have to pour 10 ml of malathion. So in a bucket we have to take 6 liters water, and we have to pour 60 ml of malathion, mix it thoroughly. That is for one stock spray. So if the stock of similar the same size, then 12 into 6 liters, that is 72 liters we have to prepare. 72 into 10, 720 ml malathion. 720 ml malathion. This can with the prepared solution of 720 liters or 720 ml malathion or 72 liters we have to spray 720 ml malathion. This is for one stack. For 12 stacks, that is 72 liters we have to spray. For 72 liters we have to take 72 liters. For 12 stacks we have to take 720 liters. 722 liters. For one stack 6 liters. For 12 stacks 72 liters. We have to take 72 liters. And then in this 720 ml we have to pour it. So this is we have to spray for 12 stacks. This is for 12 stacks. With the help of 72 liters of prepared solution, we can spray all the 12 stacks in a black. This is the malathion calculation. Again to repeat, we have to calculate the surface area 200 square meters. For one stack 200 square meters. For that prepared solution is 6 liters liquid or 60 ml. Suppose if the similar size 12 stacks are there, 12 into 6, 72 liters we require. For 1 liter 10 ml, so 720 ml we require. In a bucket we have to bucket, or in a can we should have 72 liters. In that we have to pour 720 ml of malathion. Mix it thoroughly, and this is for 12 stacks. For each stack 6 liters. This is with regard to the malathion. And another thing in malathion, second we have to the same malathion, the same dilution ratio, but this is for air charging. This is called periodic spraying, once in 15 days. But air charging once in week. Air charging, that is dosage is something different. 1 liter prepared solution for 270 cubic meters. This is m cube cubic meters. This is once in a week. This is malathion. The same malathion you see. The same dilution ratio 1:100. That is not changing. The dosage only changes because we are I'll tell you the thing. This is once in a week. This is once in a week we are spraying. What is meant by air charging means, in a godown usually we have 12 stacks. In a black standard godowns, one doorways is there, then 2-3 doorways is there, and 4. So in each row there will be 4 stacks. Like that we will be having 3 rows into 4, totally 12 stacks we are having. The other thing is called alleyways and gangways. The door is there, that there is a gap in that. To carry the bags, the laborers have to carry the bags. For that a space is given, the door place, that is called gangways. And in between the stack the space is allowed, like 1.5 feet or 2 feet allowed, that is alleyways. So the gangways and the alleyways are to be sprayed with alleyways, and above the top surface of the stack, only in air we have to spray the chemical. The chemical, diluted chemical, or the water impregnated with water. The water impregnated with chemical should be sprayed in empty space. That is called air charging. Now we will see the calculation. In every godown there will be 2 portions. One is called rectangular portion. So this is solid. You consider this as a hollow. This is rectangular godown. Over this, yes, a triangular portion is not there. A triangular portion is there. So these two combines the godown block. So a rectangular portion plus a triangular portion over and above. The wall is called gable wall. G-A-B-L, gable wall. So this is a gable. This is gable wall. Gable wall, godown. And here also one gable wall is there. So this is length, this is breadth, this is H1, this is H2, this is godown. This portion is called rectangular portion. This is called rectangular portion. Rectangular means the length will be more and breadth will be less. This is triangular portion and length will be there. So we have to add all these things for finding out the volume of the godown. First we will see the length of the godown. Totally 4 stacks are there. 4 into 9, 36 plus always approximately 40 meters. This is 40 meters. In breadth there is 3 stacks. 3 into 6, 18. Approximately this is 20 meters. Height will be 18 like that. So 5.5 or 6, say 6 meters. Height is 6 meters. Height is 6 meters. H1 is 6 meters. And this one is say 6 feet or 1.5 meters. This is H2 is 2 meters. Say 2 meters. Now the volume of the godown. Volume of the godown. Volume of godown. Rectangular portion. First we will see rectangular portion is equal to L into B into H. What is L? L is 40. 40 into B is 20. 800 into the height is 6. So totally 800, 806, 4800 cubic meters. This is in volume because area means 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth. This is area. Volume means the 1 meter length, 1 meter breadth and 1 meter height. So like that 4800 meter cube. So this we have found out. The rectangular portion we have found out. Now coming to the triangular portion, volume of triangular portion. Volume of triangular portion. Triangular is equal to half BH into length. Half BH into length. Half BH into length. Half into base 20. Height, this one height is 6. Height is 2 meters. Length is this 40 meters. This is coming to 800 cubic meters or meter cube, m cube. So first thing is rectangular portion and triangular portion. Both we add. Then with this we have to add 800 m cube, 4800 plus this is another 800. This is rectangular portion. This is triangular portion. Totally 5600 meter cube. This is the volume of godown. Now we found out the volume of godown. Now we have to find out from this what we have to do. The stocks are there inside and that 12 stocks are to be deducted from the total volume because we are not spraying the stock area, the stock volume. Only the volume of air that we are spraying. That's why we have to deduct the stock volume. Now we will find out the stack volume. One stack volume is, that is one stack volume. One stack volume is equal to 9 into 6 into say 4 or 4 point something. This is 54 into 4. 216. sorry, 216 length, breadth, height, LBH, 216 one stack. So totally 12 stacks are there. 12 stacks volume is equal to 216 into 12. So 2592 cubic meter RM cube. So the 12 stack volume is equal to coming to 2592. 2592. One stack volume is 9 into 6 into 4, 54 into 4, 216 meter cube. Totally 12 stacks are there in the black. So 12 into 216, so it is coming to 2592 cubic meters. Now what we have to do, total volume is there in the godown volume 5600 meter cube minus the stack volume is equal to 2592. So the air to be sprayed, air volume, it will be coming so totally it is coming to 3008 cubic meters. So totally 3008 cubic meter we have to spray. Then now we have to apply the dosage. Now in this place we have to apply the dosage. What is the dosage? 1 liter prepared solution, 1 liter PPD solution for 270 cubic meters. 270 cubic meters. So now what we have to find out? Totally air volume is equal to 3008 divided by 270. How many 270s are there in 3008? Roughly 130, 308, another one 11.1. It is coming to 11.1. So what we require, 11 liters prepared solution we require. 11.1 liters prepared solution we require for air charge. That is only in the air we have to spray, not on the surface but in the empty spaces. So we have to take 11 liters 100 ml, 11 liters 100 ml water we have to take. 11 liters water plus 100 ml water in a bucket. In that we have to add the chemical 11.1 into ton. For each liter we require 10 ml of malathion. So 111 ml. In this we have to pour 111 ml of malathion. 111 ml of malathion. This is for one block. So this is called air charge. This we are undertaking once in a week. This will control effectively the crawling insects and other particularly moth fly is there. This will control very effectively. Then another thing we have to understand, if the stocks are at least 80% is covered, means we can go for air charging. Suppose only one stock is there, don't go for air charging because huge quantity of chemical we have to use, because the empty area will be more. Empty air surface area, the air charge area will be more. So don't go for air charge. If at all, if a block contains only one stock or two stocks, only if it is full or at least 80% of the stocks are there, then we can go for air charge. This is with regard to the malathion treatment. This is once in a week we are doing air charging, and even if it is not required, we need not take air charging. Then another thing, second thing, delta methylene wettable powder. WP, wettable powder. This is organophosphorus, organobromic chemical. The dosage is 40 grams per liter. 40 grams per liter. This is dilution ratio is 40 grams in 1 liter, and dosage is, as I already told you, for dosage 3 liters prepared solution for 100 square meter. The same thing what we are using for marathon. So suppose if 200 meter square to be sprayed, 200 meter square, 200 into 3 divided by 100 is equal to the prepared solution required, PPD solution for 200 meter square. 6 liters we require. 6 liters. Then 6 liters for one stack. Then into 40 grams of deltamethrin to be mixed thoroughly. So totally 240 grams we have to mix with roughly quarter kg of deltamethrin we have to mix for one stack. Similarly, we have to undertake 12 stacks, then we have to calculate like in a similar manner. This is with regard to the deltamethrin. So the same marathon calculation, everything is same, area and other thing. Only thing, dilution ratio is different. That is, in 1 liter we are pouring 10 lemon of marathon. Here 40 grams. That's all. Another thing, the same thing. The other calculation is same thing. Right. And another thing, what we have to do in deltamethrin. Deltamethrin usually we are spraying over the stacks after degassing of the stacks. Not always. After degassing of the stacks, once in 3 months. The periodicity is once in 3 months. That is very, very important. That we have to keep it in mind. Once in 3 months. So today you are spraying means after 3 months only you have to again undertake this deltamethrin. Provided if the stocks are not infested with some receipt stocks, immediately after 1 month or 2 months if it is coming, receipt stocks are heavily infested, then we can go for the deltamethrin or marathon spray. But during intermittent period, if there is no transaction at all in the particular godown, you should not spray with the deltamethrin. So 3 months compulsorily we have to maintain it. That is another thing. So usually, what is the deltamethrin spray? What they say, it maintains some a layer-like substance over the stalks, and that is not allowing the insects to penetrate through the stalks, and that is the thing. And any insects develop also, that will also be contact with the deltamethrin and it will die. So when you are seeing daily, you can see the dead insects. Today, if you are spraying deltamethrin, suppose if the stalks are infested, tomorrow also you can get some kill over in the bottom of the stalk. That clearly indicates that after when the insects are coming, then it comes into contact with the deltamethrin and it is dying. So this is with regard to the deltamethrin. Usually deltamethrin is taken after PA spray. PA spray means post fumigation spray. That is, we are removing the cover over the stalks, and that is called degassing. After degassing the stalks, we have to spray with the deltamethrin. This is standard procedure we are adopting. But we have to keep it in mind that once in 3 months we should spray with the deltamethrin, not during intermittent period. And another stipulation they have told in a godown, 80-20 ratio to be maintained. 80-20 ratio. 80% with delta and 20% with the marathon. Suppose if the godown is having 10,000 metric tons of stocks, so during today you are spraying, that is today, then 80% means 8,000 tons. 8,000 tons to be sprayed today and 2,000 tons to be sprayed with marathon. Then another month, next month, from the 2,000 tons, it is 80%, 1,600 and 400 with the marathon. And then another month, the third month, then 400 to be sprayed. So in the entire 3 months period, all the things to be covered. This is to break the resistance power. The resistance power is to be not to be continued. For that they are suggesting this 80-20 formula or ratio. This is with regard to the delta method. And now we will be coming to the curative treatment. How the curative treatment is taken? Curative treatment. Curative treatment means when the properly treatment is not giving desired result, or the infestation is persisting even after the proprietary treatment, then we have to go for curative treatment, that is to clear the insects. What we are doing for curative treatment, we are using aluminum phosphide, ALP. Aluminum phosphide is supplied in tablet form. That is 1 gram of it gives out tablet form of 3 grams. 1 tablet weighs 3 grams. That gives out 1 gram of P3 phosphine gas, 2 grams of inactive ingredient. That is, say, the aluminum hydroxide. What are the inactive ingredients? Aluminum hydroxide, and then ammonia, and then carbon dioxide. These are all the things, 2 grams. This 1 gram of phosphine gas we are getting. This is with regard to the aluminum phosphate tablets. This 1 gram phosphine only is having desired effect, that kills insects or that penetrate through the grain, and absorption takes place. Then after 4 hours, then desorption takes place. So it will reach the pH. And moreover, another thing you should remember in this is heavier than air. Density is more. So what we have to do, since it is heavier than air, the fumigation, how to take fumigation is, that is, usually I told you for 1 metric ton 3 tablets or 9 grams. 3 tablets or 9 grams. So if 100 metric tons is there, 100 into 3, 300 tablets, into 300 into 9 grams, 100 into 3, 300 tablets. 300 into 3, each tablet is 3 grams, 900 grams. 9 grams. Just less than 100 grams per kg. This is the dosage we have to maintain it. And another thing, suppose if the stock is 100 tons, 100 metric tons, what we have to do, 300 tablets we have to use. Another thing also you have to remember, it is supplied in flask, aluminum flask. In the aluminum flask, usually there will be 334 tablets will be there. That is 1.002 grams. 1 kg, 2 grams will be there. So totally 334 tablets is supplied in a flask. For 100 metric tons means 300 tablets will be there. That we have to remove 34 and we have to use 34. We can keep it in the flask, and 300 tablets we can take from the flask, and that should be placed. The tablets to be placed here and there in 3 or 4 rows, like that. We have to place in various places. In this, what we have to adapt, that is 50% of the tablets. That is, for say 300 tablets we are using, 150 tablets on four sides to be spread over, and 150 tablets on top. Since it is coming from the bottom to the top to the bottom, because of its heavier, the density is heavier than air, that's why it is coming down. So what you have to do, 150 tablets on the top, that is 50% of the tablet on the top and 50% on the sides. And with regard to the aluminum phosphate, what we have to do, usually after placing the tablets, we have to cover the stock with the cover, that is multi-laminated MLCLP cover, multi-laminated cross-laminated polythene cover. That's blue cover. The size of the cover, that is 32 feet into 22 feet into 17 feet. Usually the cover stock size is 30 feet, 20 feet and 15 or so. So in this type of cover we are using. Usually the gauge is 1000 gauge. 1000 gauge means approximately 1 millimeter. That is, this is with regard to the and what you have to do after covering the cover is placed over the stack, and the funnels are to be tied, and the bottom is to be air sealed with sand snacks. The size of one sand snacks is approximately 3.5 feet length and 7 inches width. And what we have to do, one sand snake to be in the end, or it should be overlapped, because if it is like this, then the gas may come out. So we have to overlap the sand snakes like that. Then after the degassing period, exposure period is, that also we have to say. So this should not be kept for more than 5 days. So exposure period, exposure, the chemical is exposed with the pH3 is exposed with the stock for 5 days. Exposure 5 days. After 5 days, it has to be opened or degassed. 1 or 2 days it is okay, but more than that we should not keep it. Usually the CT factor is works out in the fumigation, concentration and time factor. If more concentration, we can lessen the period. More time, we can lessen this concentration. But here we are not using this formula and other thing. We are using simply the 9 grams per metric ton, 9 grams per metric ton, and exposure is 5 days. If more than 5 days is there, sometimes if the stock is having more moisture, then moisture migration will be there, and condensation will cause to the stocks, and thereby damage will cause to the stocks. And to prevent that, we should not give more exposure period of 5 days. 1 or 2 days, this okay. Due to labor problem or due to some other problems, if it is 1 day, 2 days okay. This is with regard to the concentration and time factor. And another thing I have to say about this, as regards aluminum phosphide, this is not having any ovicidal effect. After a period of time, usually 3 months suggested, it is after spraying, after degassing, after spraying with deltamethrin, it is mostly, if it is boiled rice, it may come for 3 months. And raw rice and wheat, I think it is somewhat difficult. And here we have to maintain it properly with all the spray, air charge and other thing. Then another thing, I have told you, it is not having any ovicidal effect. Ovicidal effect. That means the egg will not be killed. The egg will not be killed. But usually in our godowns, in our what we are doing with all the things are even all the things are killed. But in case of wheat, the Lemophyllus minutus, 1 or 2 will be with life. As far as wheat concerned, not in rice. In wheat, 1 Lemophyllus will be there, 1 or 2 Lemophyllus minutus. Lemophyllus minutus. This is a very small, tiny insect. It withstand this lethal dose. So the inner meaning is, while after degassing, it may contain one in extraordinary cases. We have to put it as clear. This is the inner meaning. This is with regard to the aluminum phosphide or purity treatment. Another thing, as regards this is the equation. I will also tell you about aluminum phosphide. Aluminum phosphide is usually ALP, and when it comes into contact with humidity or water vapor, so in the atmosphere water vapor will be there, so this reacts with water vapor, and then this gives rise to PH3 phosphine plus aluminum hydroxide, AlOH thrice. Because the valency of aluminum is 3, this is 1, so AlOH thrice. This is aluminum hydroxide is nothing but it is a white powder which is not harm to the health, even if it is found in the stack. And then apart from that, inactive ingredient is also added, that is ammonium carbamate This gives rise to ammonia and carbon dioxide. This act as it prevents the extinction. Suppose if the extinction happens, because it contains phosphorus, there may possibility of fire hazard that is prevented by ammonia and carbon dioxide. This extinguishes the fire if at all if anything comes out. That is with regard to the ammonium carbamate due rise to ammonia and carbon dioxide. This is with regard to the equation. And this will give some garlic odor and also pungent odor because of ammonia, pungent odor. These are the things we have to clearly understood. And while for doing fumigation, we should be keeping in mind that there should not be any leakages, and the placing of tablets also to be done very quickly. We should not take more time, and the density of the gas is 1.379. Density of positive gas is 1.379. That is more than air, heavier than air. That is another thing. These are all the things which we have to understand with regard to the aluminum phosphate purity treatment. And this same aluminum phosphate is used for rad barrels also. This we have already discussed in rad control methods. With this, we conclude the prophylactic and the curative treatment, and we will be closing this chapter, that is prophylactic and curative treatment.